Hello there! Welcome to Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall have DOTR Secretary Art Tugade and PNR General Manager June Magno with insights into the recently deployed new PNR trains. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on what to do when one encounters a broken white center line road marking. This week's Spying Chuper shall be about the illegal use of mobile phones while driving. The public service segment centers on Colorum public transport vehicles. Showcase this week shall have the mid-sized SUV from Mazda, the 2020 CX-8, 2.5-liter AT2WD signature. Waffle Race Weekend, we'll have our exclusive interview with the Lube Stratters Shell Helix Ultra Racing team of Paulo Santos, Gabby De Sales, and Andre Tan.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry are in this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us!
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Welcome back. Here are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. The LTO has announced that they will be implementing a stricter policy on the issuance of driver's licenses to new applicants. One of them is passing a 15-hour class.
The 15-hour class includes a lecture on traffic laws, rules and regulations on the road, and road courtesy. Once completed, student permit applicants will be given a certificate and then the student permit. They can now proceed to enroll at any accredited driving schools or at the LTO training offices.
Dati-dati po, nakakadiretso na pag nag-apply yung interesado, ini-issue kagad siya ng student permit. Sa ngayon po, kakailanganin muna, magdano muna siya sa 15 hours of lecture. Kung saan ang ituturo dito, kung ano yung mga batas trapiko. Marami pong nagsasabi na marunong naman sila mag-drive, pero hindi marunong magbasa. Ang sagot po namin dyan marunong naman silang magbasa, hindi lang sila marunong sumunod. Pag nakatapos po sila at nabigyan ng certification na nakatapos sila ng 15 hours na yon, saka sila bibigyan ng student permit para naman pwede silang mag-enroll sa mga driving schools na accredited or magpaturo sila dun sa mga taong otorisadong magturo ng pagmamaneho. Hindi ho sila pinipwersa na mag-enroll sa driving school. Bagamat ang lahat ng driving school sa lahat ng region sa Pilipinas, in-organize po natin to para yung Rene-require na 15 hours of training, theoretical, pare-pareho po. Then, yung hindi po naman makakapag-enroll sa driving school, sa LTO training offices po sila accommodated. Pero ito po hindi libre. Walang galang na po na bigyan po natin ng halaga ito dahil bigyan natin ng taukulang atensyon kasi kadalasan po pag libre mukhang hindi masyadong pinapansin eh. Kaya somehow magko-contribute sila para bigyan naman nila ng halaga yung prosesong yun.
ASEC Galvante added that if before, applicants can apply for a non-professional license a month after being given a student permit, now it must be after at least a year. This is because the applicants must also pass both theoretical and practical driving exams to be supervised by the LTO before obtaining a non-professional license.
Dati-dati po, after 1 month of possession of student permit, pwede na mag-apply ng pro. At yun namang kahit na student permit lang, after 6 months, pwede na mag-apply ng diretso sa pro. Ngayon po, hindi na pwede yun. Kailangan magdaan muna siya sa non-pro. And after about a year, tsaka lang po siya pwede mag-apply sa pro. At again, bago po siya bigyan ng professional license, kailangan magdaan po muna siya sa, again, theoretical examination and practical examination.
Furthermore, ASEC Galvante said that driver's licenses with 10-year validity will be implemented by the LTO in October 2021. However, he explained that not all will be granted to receive this.
Gusto po sana natin immediately nung maging effective yung batas, i-issue na kaagad yung 10-year license. Kaya lang, kinotion po tayo ng Kongreso na kailangan padaanin muna sila from 3-year license to 5 years and 5 years to 10 years. At hindi po lahat ng mag-a-apply ng lisensya na October 2021, ibibigyan na ng 10-year license validity. Kundi, titignan din ng records niya kung siya may violation. Kasi meron po tayong isusulong na parang demerit system kung saan may threshold na kung ikay lumampas na sa allowable, less than 10 years at bibigay sa yung lisensya. Ngayon, kung malinis naman ang record niyo, wala kayong violation, bibigyan kayo ng 10-year license validity.
The LTO chief said that the agency is set to implement a penalty point or demerit point system wherein the validity of the license will be based on the driver's number of violations.
The LTO said that this move is to ensure safer roads through law-abiding drivers. The agency also reminded the public that having a driver's license is a privilege. Meanwhile, the DOTR has unveiled the major parts of the tunnel boring machine, or TBM, as a testament of the determination of the department regarding the Metro Manila subway, dubbed as the project of the century.
Together with representatives of the Japanese contractor Shimizu Corporation and the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, a presentation was made showcasing the TBM timeline and how it will help accelerate the construction of the Metro Manila subway project.
Itong mga components po na nakita natin ngayon na parte po ito nung tinatawag nating tunnel boring machine na siya pong mag-uukay ng mga tunnels natin para sa Metro Manila Subway Project. Ngayon po, para sa partial operability section natin ay magkakaroon tayo ng 6 na tunnel boring machines at yung una po, tulad nung napresenta kanina ng ating contractor ng Shimizu, ay darating po sa Maynila nito pong Agosto ng taong ito. Sa Hunyo po, makukumpleto yung buong makina sa Japan at isi-ship po dito at nang makapag-umpisa po tayo ng tunneling natin within this year.
According to the DOTR, the boring machine is manufactured per specific designs. That's why it takes time to finish. Once it comes and it is assembled, the boring becomes fast and more efficient.
Yung unang hukay natin ng tunnel, iba kasi yung hukay ng stasyon sa hukay ng tunnel. Yung hukay para sa mga stasyon natin na regular yan, mag-excavate tayo at yan ay mag-uumpisa na nitong second quarter. Yung una nating tunneling na gagamit ng tunnel boring machine ay mag-uumpisa galing sa depot natin sa Ugong Valenzuela patungong Quirino Highway Station.
For its part, JICA expressed their support for the DOTR's effort to achieve the comfortable life for Filipinos under the Build, Build, Build program of the current administration.
The major parts of the TBM that were showcased in the unveiling included shield jack, cutter reduction gear motor, main bearings, and articulation jack for its tunneling machine. Continuing, the DOTR said that the government's PUV modernization program is on track. In fact, at least 17,000 modernized units are now authorized to run nationwide.
With the brand new year, the department said that they are looking for more units to be part of the program. For those that cannot comply, the basis will be its roadworthiness through the Motor Vehicle Inspection System Test or the MVIS.
Starting this year, we're expecting a lot more units to comply to this program given that deadline. Now, for those operators and units that cannot comply to that deadline, ang sinasabi nga po namin, ang magiging basehan niyan is yung ating Motor Vehicle Inspection Systems Test. So, whereas kapag hindi sila pumasa sa MVIS, hindi po sila po pwedeng makapasada.
Those that can pass the MVIS test shall apply for a provisional authority from the LTFRB, which is effective for only a year.
Lumang unit, pumasa sa MVIS, bibigyan lang po sila ng 1-year allowance ni LTFRB to modernize their units. Now, kapag hindi nila na-comply yung ganong requirement, we will open the route to other willing operators who can run those routes.
The department added that the routes are determined with the help of the local government units, otherwise known as the Local Public Transport Route Plan.
Binigyan natin sila ng pagkakataon na pag-aralan yung mga kanilang local public transport routes. So around 50% of these LGUs na nakapag-submit na ng kanilang mga local public transport route plans. So we're expecting if some other LGUs submit them and ma-aprobahan na ng DOTR LTFRB, we will have more routes to be approved in the next few months.
With regard to the colorum public utility vehicles, the DOTR said that the LTO and the LTFRB, two of its attached agencies, are monitoring these through their anti-colorum operations.
The DOTR said that based on the initial plan, target modernization of transportation is within this administration. And finally, the Quezon City local government has lifted the cease and desist order it had earlier issued on the construction of the MRT-7 Quezon Memorial Circle Station.
This decision was made after the local government of Quezon City and its stakeholders have approved the new design of the said station, which was presented by the San Miguel Corporation and EEI Corporation. Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte expressed her gratitude to the MRT-7 management for hearing their concerns about preserving their park. For Secretary Tugade, this endeavor testifies that when the national government, local government, and private sector collaborate, things will be solved and improved swiftly. Meanwhile, DOTR Undersecretary for Railways TJ Batat expressed his utmost appreciation to the swift settlement of the issue. From the initial design of 11,000 square meters above ground, it has been agreed that the latest and final design will just be 426 square meter above ground structure with a height of only 6 to 7 meters. For her part, San Miguel Corporation MRT-7 Project Director Carmela Bergado has assured the local government and the stakeholders that they will follow the redesign and final plan. Undersecretary Batan likewise assured that the construction works for the MRT-7 project is on track, with partial operability to commence by 2021 and full revenue service by 2022.
Once completed by 2022, the MRT-7 will cut travel time from Manila to Bulacan from 2 hours to just 34 minutes. Those are the latest news in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. The PNR has recently unveiled its newly acquired diesel multiple unit or DMU trains from PT Industri Kereta, API or PT Inka of Indonesia. A week after, the railway company and the transport department deployed the said trains for operations. This week on Motoring Forum, we have DOTR Secretary Art Tugade and PNR Manager June Magno with insights into this development in PNR. The two new train sets, which arrived early February, are composed of new 8100 series of DMU train cars with a 4-car formation and were supplied by the Indonesian rolling stock manufacturer PT Inka. The PNR ordered a total of 9 train sets. 4 have already been delivered and the remaining sets will be coming in the next months.
Next month, may dalawa. Sa susunod, may dalawa pa. Saka isa pa, magiging siyam. Ma-achieve natin ang riding capacity ng mga 90,000.
With regard to the maintenance and sustainability of the new trains, Secretary Tugade has called on the public for their cooperation. This after stone-throwing incidents have been a very familiar scenario in the railways.
Kailangan ho namin yung kooperasyon din ng mga mananakay at sambayanan. Kasi ho, kung yung nangyayari ng mga nakaraan at patuloy na nangyayari, bagamat nabawasan o naibsan, yung pangpabato, yung paninira, kailangan ho may kooperasyon lahat. Dapat Kung gustuhin natin manatili yung gastusin na ating gustong iambag, gusto natin manatiling matagal ang paggamit ng ating mga tren, kailangan ho yung kooperasyon ng lahat. Gamitin ng tama, huwag gumawa ng perwisyo, huwag maging pasaway, nang sa ganun maging matagalan ang paggamit ng mga mananakay sa ating mga tren.
PNR GM Magno, for his part, said that the arrival of the 2 new train sets is a testament to the delivery of a promise to continue enhancing the services of the rail network. On the safety front, the new trains sport features that are not available in PNR's present set of trains.
Mas maraming handholds. Sa may middle area, handholds kami para yung capacity ng handholds halos maging doble. Pangalawa pa po niya, yung aircon po niya, tropicalized na. Hindi po yung mga galing hapon na katulad ng mga lumang tren namin na pang temperate regions. Ito, tropical na area na. Hanggang 46,000 kilocalories ang kaya niya. Kaya kita nyo, kahit nakabukas yung pinto, malamig pa rin sa tapat dito. Modular na po yung design niya, yung subsystems niya. Pwede po namin palitan yung component niya overnight lang. Hindi namin kailangan i-shutdown yung service for 3 or 4 days, minsan 2 weeks. Dahil dun sa mga subsystems niya. Naka-polycarbonate na to. Hindi na to tatagusin ng bato tsaka tirador. Pangalawa, hindi na nang iipit yung pinto. Pag naipit ka, magbubukas uli yung pinto.
Following the 150 hours of validation test, a send-off ceremony was held to formally utilize the new train sets for commercial operations. It is expected to carry 1,000 passengers per trip and serve passengers in its assigned route, Tutuban to Alabang. Furthermore, Secretary Tugade also stressed that from the time they sat in position, the PNR fare has remained the same and still is the cheapest among other modes of transportation.
Kung aambagan ho namin ito ng gastusin, magkakaroon ka ng tinatawag na social ripples. Pag nagkaroon ka ng social ripples, yung atensyon mo baka mapunta sa ibang direksyon. Ang primary purpose ho namin dito, hindi para kumita.
Despite proposals to privatize PNR operations, Secretary Tugade said that their direction is fixing the routes, trains, and coaches, the comfortability and security of passengers, among others. Those were Transport Secretary Art Tugade and PNR General Manager June Magno. Our guests this week on Motoring Today's Motoring Forum, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
Dad, naplatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
You're back with us here on Motoring Today, and we now have this week's valuable motoring tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. Katulad ng pinapakita sa animation, broken white center lines separate the movement of traffic on multi-lane roads. Ang ibig sabihin nito ay bawal kang dumaan sa gitna o sa mismong linya. But if you're crossing it to overtake or to change lanes, then just keep in mind na ang mga sasakyan na nasa kabilang lane ay may right of way. So, wait for your turn. More motoring tips for you here on Motoring Today. Proper driver's demeanor while behind the wheel from Mitsubishi Motors Philippines.
Bayong chopper lang kaibigan, ako si Marlon, isang kapwa nyo chopper. Habang nagmamaneho, kailangan buo ang atensyon mo at hindi gulo-gulo.
Ang cellphone isa ng malaking bahagi sa buhay ng tao. Halos lahat ay meron at gumagamit nito. Pero sana kapag tayo ay nagmamaneho, tigilan muna natin ang paggamit ng cellphone. Paalala lang, sa pagmamaneho kailangan ang iba yung konsentrasyon. Kapag ikaw ay nagtetelepono, ang isip mo ay wala sa iyong pagmamaneho at ito ay maaaring maging rason para magkaroon ng aksidente.
Kung ayaw mong mamultahan o maaksidente, huwag kang gumamit ng cellphone habang nagmamaneho. Si Marlon Gudmalin, payong tsoper lang, kaibigan mula sa isang kapwa niyo tsoper.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Continuing, we now welcome you to Motoring Today's World of Motorsports. We start with the latest news and developments. Tuason Racing took time off from organizing races and race clinics and conducting road safety lectures and seminars to celebrate 21 successful years of promoting first local and lately regional motorsports. It was a party time for the husband and wife tandem of JP and Jeanette Tuason and their Tuason Racing team in celebration and as a way to recognize and thank partners, friends, stakeholders, suppliers, and supporters.
We started in January 1999 and we started by getting involved in go-karts. We taught a couple of people how to get involved in karting. We started a couple of karting clinics with my wife and my younger brother. And it just grew from there. We've never looked back, and it's been a great 21 years. I would have to say that this is now the golden years of TRS. We're doing exactly what we wanted to do 21 years ago. It's been an unbelievable ride, and I'm very, very grateful to all our friends like STV, Tito Butch. Woo! You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Matt, you guys are amazing. And I hope to get the support for the next 21 years.
Over the years, Tuason Racing surmounted many challenges, teaming up with car manufacturers, petroleum companies, and others in organizing various racing series and other events promoting motorsports and road safety.
So many challenges. Every year there's a challenge. Our greatest achievements were being able to lock in with the car manufacturers. We've worked with some great manufacturers over the years. We've worked with Ford, we've worked with Toyota, we've worked with BMW, Peugeot, Aston Martin. We've worked with a lot of tire companies as well. Bridgestone, Goodyear, GT. We've worked with a lot of fuel companies, Shell, Petron, Phoenix now. And really, again, we're very, very grateful because we have all the support from not only the motorsports community, but also our friends from the media. So guys, thank you, thank you, thank you.
The team is working on esports, which will be launched in April, with the end goal of bringing the Philippines to the FIA Games in November.
For us to be able to grow the local motorsports market, we need to get involved in the grassroots. And for us, we see esports as a way to grow the enthusiasts in motorsports, to grow the grassroots. And we're going to get started in esports this year in a big way. We're going to launch at the MIAS, the big car show. And at the end of the day, we're going to be looking at bringing a Philippine team to the FIA Games, which is really the Olympics of motorsport. And that's going to be in November this year in Paris. We've got a race class coming up end of March. If you guys are interested, hit us up on Facebook at Tuason Racing and enroll in the classes. And I hope to see you guys at the racetrack. Thank you.
2019 Slalom King Estefano Rivera was formally crowned on Sunday, March 1 at the Kowloon House on West Avenue, Quezon City during the 2019 National Slalom Championship Awards. On the same event, class champions of the 2019 Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series also received their titles and trophies. Here's the complete list of winners. More on the world of motorsports here on Motoring Today, as we now give you Race Weekend. This week's Race Weekend features the young guns of Loop Traders' Shell Helix Ultra Racing team. We find out about the team, how it started, and more about the up-and-coming stars of local motorsports being nurtured by the team. It's still more than a couple of months away, but many racers and teams are already preparing for the 2020 Philippine GT Championship. Loop Stratos Shell Helix Ultra Racing Team, also known as the Team Big Chill, is among teams already shaking down cars to be entered in this year's Philippine GT, which flags off with its first leg on May 30 to 31 at the Batangas Racing Circuit. The team is betting on young racers, Paulo Santos, Gabby De Sales, and Andre Tan, to banner its championship run this year. Race Weekend talks to the young guns of Team Big Chill to learn about the team, how they got into racing, and their preparations for the 2020 GT season. First off, how did Team Big Chill come about? According to Paulo, the team started out as just a barkada who liked the distress after racing events with the help of some spirits.
Team Big Chill started with sina Tito Ding, Tito Peewee. Tito Ding is the head mechanic for the cars, including Tito Docs. Team Big Chill is basically every after race, mag-iinuman sila. So that's what the Big Chill is for. Like they really drink beer after a race. So ever since, even when I wasn't even racing, when I didn't know sina Tito Peewee, that was their team.
Later on, the racing became more than just weekend adrenaline adventures and a chilling after races. Sponsorships were acquired and young drivers were recruited to beef up the team. Apparently, with the sponsorship came the need to recruit talented young drivers.
I started 2018, but I started driving with them with Stefan Rivera and Gabi the same year. For endurance, which we joined, I think, FM3 for like 100 horsepower or less, which was Paulo's GT100 car before.
Yeah, similar to how Andre started also. We started in 2018 for the endurance race, and then I completed the whole season as well under Team Shell for Forest.
Before Team Big Chill, how did the three young guns get into racing, and who influenced them to try motorsports?
I started racing 4 years ago in the Motorsports Development Program. Then a year after that, I went into slalom racing in Phoenix National Slalom. After that, I went into circuit racing naman in Flat Out Race Series. And then I continued slalom alongside racing in AAGC in Indonesia and in Taiwan. My biggest influencer in motorsport is my Tito Mark. Shout out to Tito Mark De Sales, because he was the one who influenced me to start racing and guided me along the way.
So I started racing in the Flat Out Race Series, I think 4 years ago, or 3 years ago. I think 2017, first full season ago. From there, I just continued racing in Forest, and then we started joining endurance with the Shell team, and then joined GT last year, and then here this year. Pero dad ko, he's my biggest influencer to start racing is because he gave me a Civic, then first time na medyo ako nag-initiate na pwede ba ako sumali mag-race. Sabi ko, sige, pwede naman. Nadire-diretso.
Oh, I started racing 5 years ago, a year before Andre, yeah. Started in slalom, then autocross for the first 2 years. And then we went to Force at the same time, me and Andre. At that time, I was a Grid D, so I was overall champion for Grid D. And then a year after that, I went to GT 200. My biggest influencer was Tito Peewee Menjola. Since I was a kid, he was, I guess my dad would bring me to the races. It would just be in parking lots for slalom nearby. He'd let me ride with him. And ever since, I guess Tito Peewee was the one. He was actually the one who influenced my dad to race. So nadamay na rin ako dun. So.
The young guns soon experienced the advantages of racing for an established team, but this comes with an added pressure to perform.
With having a team back us up for every race weekend, I think it takes off a lot from our shoulders. At the same time, putting on a lot of weight back. Kasi there's pressure to perform. Of course, we want to put on a good show, and then we always have to act accordingly because we're carrying their name. It's not just ours. So it's nice to get the financial support. It's nice to get, at least for me and Paulo, the free ride pretty much. And then it's nice that we get support from the titos and the ones who have more experience than us.
In last year's GT Championship, Paolo and Andre competed in the same class. The teammates were encouraged to always race to win and score points for themselves and the team.
Oh, it was up and down because so many stuff were happening, I guess. Like, there were races where I'd be last because of like problems in the setup and also like the tires and everything with my brakes.
I think the season, it went as well as it could have. Because we did face a lot of challenges. In the first half of the season, I didn't have any problems with the car. It's just me getting used to the 200 horsepower and then the a bit heavier car compared to what I was used to. And then also the grippier tires because I didn't really use grippy tires before. Nagaya yung car ko sa nagkaroon ng issue with Paulo's car. Same issue with Paulo's car, yung brakes.
Yeah, the brakes.
And then it happened out of the blue, so there's nothing we could do to save that car.
Gabby wasn't as active in racing last year, taking a long break from competition to concentrate on her studies.
I focused on my studies because I was a graduating student. So I just graduated last year. So that whole year, I stopped racing and then pasulpot-sulpot na lang yung pag-race ko sa circuit. But I also entered into international racing for Gymkhana.
Gabby will be competing in the GT 100 class and is determined to do well in the coming season with support from her teammates.
Actually, my motivation has been my teammates because they're the ones who always always guide me on how to improve myself, how to improve my runs. So I always take criticisms openly because I'm very open to feedback and I want to prove myself to them that even if I'm a female in a male-dominated sport, I can always do better.
This early, the team is deep into preparations for the coming season, shaking down their cars, fine-tuning setups, getting themselves fit to race a complete season.
Since the last shakedown, we're still trying to figure out how we can modify the car better because I'm still trying to build my relationship with the car, so I'm still getting to know the car better because I haven't raced it for a whole season yet. So I've only tried it out for circuit twice pa lang. So definitely need more track time, so we'll work on that before the season starts.
For me, kasi it's hard to gauge what we're doing yung progress from last year kasi we have a whole new chassis at least for me, for the yellow car. But I think comparing it to the other GT 200 cars, I think that the yellow one, the one I drive now, it's gonna be fairly competitive.
Ako mismo, I have to shed off mga 30 pounds. Then maybe, it's more of the seating position and like
pedal placement.
Pedal placement, trying to get the right handling, maybe try new setups for the car, but just basically that.
All three Team Big Chill young guns are expected to focus on the GT Championship this year, but will still be racing on other events when possible.
Ako, I might join a few slalom races. So that's a way for me to get to know the car better as well. So I'll try my best to join slalom again this year.
Well, I joined slalom the last week one, and then I might join autocross or super sprint, like just for fun, I guess, because I want to bring out the starlet also. But mostly just that.
So I'll be racing with the GAC Endurance team again this year. So we're gonna be joining the 4R Kagitingan Cup in March 28-29.
The trio of up-and-coming stars of local motorsports is grateful for the opportunity to be part of Team Big Chill.
For this year, we will be using Shell Helix Power and Shell Helix Protect. It's a new product from Shell, and they'll be sponsoring us for the season.
Okay, so we'd like to thank our main sponsor, Shell and Lubes Traders Corporation. So Shell Helix Power, Shell Helix Ultra, Shell Helix Protect.
We'd also like to thank Tito Dax of TS Tuning, Tito Ding, our chief mechanic, and the rest of our mechanics for the team, and Team Big Chill as well.
And also, lastly, we want to thank MSDP, AAP, and Tito Mark Desales.
Race Weekend will be looking to feature more teams and members in future editions. Looking forward, Motorsports is certainly alive and well because of the teams looking to nurture young talents towards successful careers or helping out weekend warriors and enthusiasts enjoy their favorite motorsports discipline. That's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Isuzu Philippines has officially turned over the initial 74 units of fire trucks to the Bureau of Fire Protection, or BFP.
We're very happy to support the modernization program of our Bureau of Fire Protection. These are really very modern trucks. It provides not only the latest in technology and firefighting equipment, but make sure that our firemen will be transported in a much comfortable condition.
So these fire trucks that we bought right now, using Isuzu engine cabin chassis, is a sophisticated fire truck and a chemical fire truck. So kahit saan dalhin na apoy, kaya niyang isuppress.
The initial 74 Isuzu fire trucks are part of the BFP modernization program procured and to be distributed to different regions nationwide. This program aims to hire more firefighters, provide incentive trainings, and acquire modern fire truck and equipment to upkeep their operations.
With the delivery of these fire trucks, Isuzu continues our mission to contribute to the welfare of the society, which is why we are very humble that we will be able to assist our brave firefighters in ensuring the safety of the Filipino people.
The first batch of delivery includes 54 units of Isuzu FBR34 trucks with body and equipment built by Hanseo, which is a 16-ton truck that has a capacity to carry 1,000 gallons, perfect for medium to heavy operations, powered by the 6HK 1TCL engine that can produce up to 240 PS maximum power and 706 Nm maximum torque.
To all televiewers, especially truck buyers, we invite all of you to please visit any Isuzu dealership near you and inquire about our latest lineup of Isuzu trucks to discover more about the Isuzu advantage and why we continue to be the #1 truck brand in the country for 20 consecutive years. Thank you very much.
Peugeot Philippines recently staged Bon Route Appetit, a day trip to Pampanga, featuring its current product lineup, the 3008 SUV and the 5008 SUV. The car company took members of the motoring media to experience the said models.
We'll highlight whatever vehicles we have in the showroom at the moment, and that is the 3008 SUV and the 588 SUV. We're going to drive to our newest dealership in Pampanga, where we are in partnership with the Laos Group. We want to feature that dealership because now it is a full-service dealership. What used to be a sales outlet only is now a full-service dealership with fully functional showroom and also a service center. The 3008 is our award-winning SUV. It was a Car of the Year in Europe when it was launched back in 2018. It was made available to the rest of the world in 2019, and it has been doing very brisk sales for us. Both variants are 5-seaters, little differences in the spec, but mostly it is in the engine displacement. Then we have the 7-seater version, the 588 SUV, which is right now doing really good for us. There is actually a waiting list for 588, and we're very thankful to the public for embracing our products and coming into our showrooms. We have been very excited over the past few months because of these developments, and we're glad to share this message with everyone.
The day trip started at the Peugeot Pasig showroom, where refreshments were served to the guests. From there, the group of media personnel took a pleasant drive to Peugeot Pampanga, where they were greeted by Carissa Laos of Laos Group, official dealer partners of Peugeot in North Luzon.
We cater to the whole North Luzon. Of course, Peugeot is the only French brand, and it has been actually widely accepted by the Kapampangans in particular. But we have also our customers coming from Tarlac and even Dagupan. Of course, we always brag about the quality being a French brand. We had this Peugeot dealership. We transferred it here at the Levy P. Laos Corporate Center in September of last year. But we started carrying the brand in 2018.
Once inside the showroom, the group got a more in-depth understanding of the cars that they drove, the different promos that Peugeot Philippines currently offers, and the partnership between Laos Group and Peugeot Philippines.
We'll catch up with our friends from the media and tell them about the many things that we have, not just in terms of product, but also other things like automatically we have RFIDs for North and South Luzon in all of our vehicles. There is 24/7 service happening here in Peugeot Pasig, so you can bring in your cars anytime. Work goes on 24 hours. That has allowed us faster turnaround times for those having their car serviced. There's a lot of other things happening for Peugeot that we want to talk about. Little things, but things that matter for the customers in the long run.
We have a 4-car display, no? So all the car brands and car models are present here in the showroom, and we also have, of course, enough space or service space for our customers as well.
We invite all the viewers to please do pay us a visit and check out our product offerings. We will be very excited to have you in our showrooms and to share what we can share with you when you do pay us a visit.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. This week on Showcase, we're taking a look at Mazda's newest addition to its SUV family, the CX-8. Let's find out about its power and capabilities. Watch this.
Yeah.
That was all about the 2020 Mazda CX-8 2.5-liter automatic transmission two-wheel drive signature. A powerful SUV from the well-loved brand. Our featured vehicle in this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
Dad, naflatan kami.
Dad? Dad?
You okay? Iwan mo na yan. Ako na bahala dyan. Let's go. Hatid ko na kayo. Tara. Excuse me? Let's go!
Thank you. You always have my back.
Have fun.
I will.
We now have our public service segment brought to you by Honda Cars Philippines.
The presence of colorum vehicles has been a major problem to transport authorities, especially to the Department of Transportation, the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, and to the Land Transportation Office. This week on Public Service, colorum vehicles used as a public transport will be the center of our discussion. We normally pass by the Pasig area and notice that along Shaw Boulevard, there's a queue of people, conductor who collects fares before getting them aboard. Lacking the proper markings provided by the LTFRB, it is pretty much obvious that this is colorum and illegal. We shall be asking the proper authorities on their reaction to this.
That's our public service segment from Honda Cars Philippines. And may remind you once again that if you come across any motoring issue or problem that you deem as unsafe or inimical to the general motoring public, which you would like us to highlight on this portion or to refer to the proper authorities for appropriate action, please feel free to let us know about it. Take a look at your screens for our contact details. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now in its 33rd year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of Butch Gamboa, our dad, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Happy
motoring!
motoring!